Welcome back to Lesscashmoremash. My name's Tom.
And I'm Mike.
And today, Sunday Funday. So what are we doing today for Sunday Funday? I thought it would be fun. We went back the last 3 years on who the winners of the Elijah Craigs were. So let's get right into it. So this one is batch B524, comes in at 130.6 proof, and we got it for $74.99. So B won last year. Against C923, this comes in at 133 proof. We got it for $72.99. Against batch C922, it comes in at 124.8 proof, and we got it for $59.99. Look at that jump up, $59.99.
That's why I went back, because I was listening, but not really.
Yeah, it all depends on the store and where it is. So regular mash mix-up rules. Mike pours them, I'm out of the room. I shuffle them, he's out of the room. We will be drinking the same thing at the same time. You will see that as we go along. We have no idea what order they are in.
No idea. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to pull any of these off.
I don't know if I'll pull them out. I do remember, but look, as you can see, I am just about out of my C923. And I know a couple of you guys have asked for it to go into Blind Fight Friday. So there's a little bit left. Hopefully we'll fill a bottle, and then that'll be done. But that one was just a powerhouse that year. I just remember it being crazy.
And I told you too late, because there was a store that had like 7 or 8 of them.
I would have definitely bought one, because they actually, this was the one that had the controversy with the with the numbers, you know what I mean? Like that certain ones were better than others. I don't know where the numbers are.
I don't remember.
Oh, they're right here. And I got A222 for this one. But like, I forget what it was, but there were the laser on there was supposed to, certain ones were better than others and blah, blah, blah.
I don't know. Ours was pretty good.
I've just never seen another bottle, so it didn't matter, you know?
I may or may not have. The nose really isn't cranking.
The flavor's nice, though. That's the thing. That's why I want to do it. I also have a lineup of what our last 3 larceny are. So hopefully you like this one, because you're going to end up seeing that in the future, too. I'm going to sneeze because I just rubbed my nose. But, I mean, these are the winners. So,
no. And I don't believe if anyone does this, you're going to have a bad day.
No, right, exactly.
That's very good flavor.
It is. I mean, there is a... I'm getting like a... There's a fruit in that, too, but there's such a huge caramel presence on there. I'm trying to figure out what my fruit is. I think it's a monk fruit. Didn't you throw that out one day the other day? And I'm like, who the hell eats a monk fruit?
I couldn't even tell you what that... Barely probably what it looks like. I don't think I've ever had one, to be honest with you. And if I did, it was down the island, and I just ate it.
You just ate it because you didn't know what it was?
And I hope I ate it right.
That is absolutely delicious, whatever that is.
If they were even down the islands, I don't even know where they're at.
I don't
it
have
sounds like a tropical fruit or an island thing.
It doesn't smell like a monk fruit, because I don't know what a monk fruit is, but there is definitely...
I don't know what it is.
There is definitely something in it. Man, that is such a huge... This is where I just want to say, you know, every batch is different. Some might be better than others, but these are just goddamn good for $70-something. You know what I mean? Like, they're just an absolute win.
I think we say that over and over.
It is an absolute win for any of these.
Even if you didn't get all 3.
No, like, sometimes some are an outlier and they're not as good, but they're still great.
Right, because some stores, they won't get, like, the next batch till they sell the last batch.
Right.
They don't want to be stuck with...
I think that's a Massachusetts thing. That's where our bookers is. All the store owners lately, I'm going on to glass number 2. All the store owners lately, why we haven't done 2024-04 is they're all like, I'm not ordering anymore because I got too many 02s and 03s and stuff like that. I'm like, that's not helping us at all.
I know, I did ask Tarek, too. And I don't know if he went to go look for it.
Yeah.
And I walked out. I'm not sure.
Look at my helper. Isn't he great?
We talked a whole other topic, so.
This actually has a little more oak smell to it.
A little more of a nose to me.
Yeah, I'm smelling like actually more.
Without even a sip. So this one has a better nose right now.
Ooh. Oh, it's better on the palate, too.
It might be a little proofier.
I'm guessing that myself.
This one,
man, that hangs on too a lot.
Just gonna say this one sticks around. I didn't even swish this one in, and it's hanging on. So
I took a little baby sip, and I swished it, but man, it's there for sure. It's still there. Like this one.
I
didn't get a big thunder and hug.
This one's actually like, giving. Yeah, this one's giving a little bit of a hug in the neck. And that was again a baby sip, and I didn't swish it.
Definitely wins in the nose. compared to one. It is way stronger on the nose. It's stronger on the palate. I haven't taken a second sip yet, which I usually do because it's right there. Wrong date, you dumb. 133. Wow, that is way better. That viscosity on that one just hangs for days. I'm leaning towards that one actually because I just remember it being like overpowered, like one of the better things we drank that year. That was actually very good. That my whole mouth is just engulfed with that flavor. Like I don't even want to take a drink to clear it out.
Only because
I know because we have to go and try to minimize how long this goes. Two is excellent, whatever that might be. Again, I don't think there's going to be a slouch on the table.
Three's nose is really. I'm not getting much out of three.
Oh, I am. Not as strong, not as oaky.
I didn't really. All three weren't like crazy, like even at Bernheim.
That's very good too. Which brings me to my point I made earlier. I mean, these are three banging bottles. They really are.
This one might have a little more nut in the end.
Okay, I'll try to get that. There was a different taste. I wouldn't go nut.
I don't. You end up with some other different flavor. But in my head or in my little analogy, it always ends up that way. Where now the nose is coming in. I
rolled it on my glass. It was
maybe
good
I don't go high enough. I don't know. Every time I do, I spill it. So.
This is going to be tough. That one is very good too. That has a great viscosity. That hangs. Don't think it hangs as much as two.
I'm with you on that, but it almost seems to have a little more flavor.
That's exactly where I'm at. I think three might beat one, but we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in 1 second. All right, so we are back. We're going to start on the right, work our way left. We cleanse our palate. I didn't say that, but you guys know. You've been around. And if you haven't been around and you're new to here, please consider subscribing. We'd love to have you on the channel. Oh, the nose is so
How about the
better.
please out there?
Huh? The please?
Yeah, the nose is so much better.
Yeah. Correct. No, well, it's implied. Please implied. Thank you for everyone who has subscribed. Thank you even more for everyone who comments. I do enjoy the heck out of talking to all of you guys, actually.
Yeah, it's getting busier and busier.
No, it is. It's a full-time job, actually. But I do appreciate it. And I love the fact that you guys have more insight than half of us than I do.
There are 3-4 of you
that's awesome.
Hands down that you can raffle off a whole shitload of information.
But I love that.
Because it also...
It only helps.
And then the other guys chime in that did not... Either they did or didn't know it, and then it does create conversation. That's the whole point.
So. I appreciate everyone who participates, really. We're not doing it alone. Thank you all that are here, for sure.
And we've said right off the start that we're not the information package to go to. If you're looking for the real information, check
Well, no, I do my research, but sometimes your research is wrong.
No,
that's the good part. But I love the people that live by the distilleries.
We're not going to go 13 stats on whatever.
Man, 3 is good right now.
The nose is really
when you come back, we cleanse our palate, we come back. Man, that is banging right off the bat. That is, again, there's only been a couple Elijah Craigs. I think they were the B forms that we didn't love, but by themselves they were great. They didn't do good in blinds, but by themselves we didn't have an issue with them. That's none of these. These were the winners. So. Man.
There was only one year I thought it was.
It was a couple of years. B was weird.
Fair.
Like it was way off.
It might have been in this year.
The 93. I think you're right. The 23.
I think it was in the 23. That one did stand out. This one is very, very good.
Mm-hmm.
And I might leave that back where it was.
That's going right in the middle because that is spectacular. We did switch. We kind of were talking when we were off. I think 3 possibly could be B524. Then C923, and then C922 as number 1. But we're going to see. I may switch them again, but whatever that is.
There's a lot of different finishes in that.
That is very good.
As you said in the beginning, for this price,
yep,
it's a, you're going to go chase all those ones that you can't find when 3 times a year, one of these are on the shelf.
Well, that's the funny thing. Like Buffalo Trace, just the regular one with the Buffalo Trace, was selling for more than these not that long ago. You know what I mean? And it's what 93 proof, and it's crazy. People chase what you love. I'm all for that.
It is, but it
this
has gotten a little better.
It has. It's come down.
That one has come down.
Oh my God! Wait till he grabs two.
It's again. We've said time and time again. If you got to chase one, go Eagle Rare.
No, out of all of them, but still, that's only a 30. But how many Eagle Rares you see $100+ though? When it was in the highlight, you know what I mean?
I get it, but it's usually that one's a little more accessible than Buffalo Trace, because even now, well, not here. The higher end buyers usually want Buffalo Traces in their mixer, but
oh, good God!
Oh, this is way better.
It's so insane. Wow. Whatever two is, and I'm only guessing
making
it's
me blow bubbles out of my nose.
Oh, sorry, that's pretty.
I don't know if it did or didn't, but it sounded it.
Oh, look, he's got a hubba bubber up there. Wow.
I could never do that trick. You?
Oh, I could blow a huge bubble. The impact that two has is insane. Whatever two might be, it totally engulfs your whole head. It is absolutely delicious.
Yeah, but there's like 3 flavors again with this.
It's super
you're
oak,
not getting
super caramel.
You're not getting nuttiness in the middle.
I'm not getting nut. I get a fruit. There is a fruitness. I can almost start with a caramel coated apple. There's such a concentrate. It's a dark caramel too. Like I almost burnt the caramel. It's so dark. You know what I mean? Almost, but there you go, molasses. It's delicious though. This is,
and you know it'll stick on your tongue. Have you ever had like a taste of molasses? It's kind of bitter, but it never goes away. It's like
it just hangs there for days.
Yeah,
That's how this is. This I might have. I know.
With you must have made. Remember we made the pulled taffy, molasses taffy.
No.
Holy Christ!
I remember
you're losing it.
I remember when Mr. Lottie tried to make fudge and he screwed it up, and it came out like it was chewy like a. And it was the only time I liked fudge because I'm not a huge. Just fudge is too dry and shitty to me. But this came out like a. My mind just went blank. The Sugar Daddies. It had the texture of Sugar Daddy, but it had that molasses, dark, rich flavor. Like he screwed it up somehow. It was the best fudge I ever had. We would go up there, we'd stick it on like a spoon, and you could just suck on it like a lollipop. Because he made like these big balls on a spoon so we could eat it. It was a snowstorm, and it was freaking delicious.
In our day, really, we didn't waste anything. If
we ate it.
We're gonna figure out how to. We'll make it to where you could eat it somehow.
Yeah, give it to the poor people. They'll eat it. No, me, Mike, and Brian. We were all outside eating the stupid thing.
We really didn't waste anything.
No,
absolutely. Go stick it in the snow to harden up, and make it a lollipop.
I still don't waste anything. I gotta be honest.
No, I'm
very few things I throw away.
It's amazing though if you do go out, on how many people are like
throw away half their meals.
Like 3/4.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
They'll have a wine, leave half of that. Eat partially nothing and say I'm all set and not take it.
Yeah.
I'm like, not take it.
Wow, the nose got way better in one too.
I think 2's still superior in the nose.
I think it is, but man, I'm gonna have to. I didn't think I was gonna have to knick-knack, but this is banging back. I think it might compete with 3. 2 is superior. I can say that right off the bat. I haven't tried one. Ooh, that's going to be close.
There actually might be a little more nut in 2 than than in 3.
Oak, yes. You are correct.
You and your oak, I get that in the end, but you don't get the...
What nut?
It's like a walnut in the middle.
No, I'm not getting a walnut. I get like...
Maybe I eat too many walnuts a day.
I don't know about that.
Energy.
Yeah. Captain Energy.
Yeah. Just follow me around. I do have them in my truck, though.
That's spectacular too. All right, we're gonna have to take a quick second. It'd be 1 second for you. I'm gonna have to at least put 1 against 3 because it's not gonna be fair. Yeah, I'll end up batching them all up.
We'll do
I'm gonna do them all anyways, just to make sure that they we got them in the right order. But we'll be back in 1 second. All right, so we are back, and we have to say, first of all, there's not a bad bottle on the table. We hemmed and hard over 1 and 3. Who's better? Who's what? 1 to me comes off with a little bit more concentration of flavor. 3's throwing a little more elbows.
Hair or chinny chin chin?
Any day they can all switch. To me, whatever 2 is though was hands down the victor.
It's still again. If any of these are in a store, last year, the year before,
right?
for what, and especially if they got a red tag and there's a super sticker on it.
Yeah,
By all means, pick that up.
I 100% wanted to do this because we have them, and again, a lot of them are getting low. So, and I've been trying to stay off them. I'm like, all right, we can start drinking some of these. I just wanted to be able to do. My wife always said I was never going to be able to do history. You know what I mean? Because I drink too much of it. Here's history. Here it is. So let's see where we're actually at on this one. I'm going to slide mine over a little bit so we can see. So our last place glass. And not by much, really.
Not by much at all.
No, not at all. Was what was in glass number 3. And again, we could be totally wrong. We both guessed though. We think it's C922 is glass number 1, C923 is glass number 2, and B524 is glass number 3. Doesn't matter. This is just,
it doesn't matter.
We ended up agreeing on it anyway. So our last place glass was in glass number 3. It's what you put in glass number 2.
B524.
All right. So far, we are what we are, right? Yep. Nope. I just wanted to double check. So our second place glass was in glass number 1, and it's what you put in glass number 3.
C922.
922. So the grand champion, and again, if you can get it, someone can, but he didn't buy any of them. But if you do see this,
one.
Look at that. Look at that. They make street signs after him. One way. So if you do see this, honestly, though, C923, hands down, most flavor, most concentration of everything, the finish for days, is the best Elijah Craig. And again, we're only going back 3 or 4 years. Some people say older stuff. This is hands down one of the best whiskeys we've drank in a lot of years. This is really good.
It is very good.
Yeah. So,
but I mean, also coming off the guy that said, we don't buy multiples.
We don't. Not normally. I would buy another one of these just because a lot of you guys have suggested put this up against Stag, put this up against other ones, and I would love to do that. But I've been fighting because I knew I wanted to do this video because I wanted to see, is it really the champion? Again, this is 3 years worth of winners.
It actually did stand out again.
And it certainly did.
It really did.
And I might have enough to put this. I probably will throw this in a bottle if I can, and I'll put it up against the Stag, I think, because someone suggested that. Or the other one. I forget. I think a Booker's. Someone said put it up against this Booker's. But again, I've been trying to save these because we got a bunch of Elijahs that are down to just about nothing. But I mean, these are, again, specifics. Yes, this is the best. These are great. And you know what?
They are fantastic.
All of them. You're going to get 1 or 2 outliers out of the last 3 years.
And it's still not sad.
But if you drink them by themselves, you're going to love them.
Right.
You put them in a blind.
Compared to a lot of, especially local, they got to smoke them.
Or overly priced, expensive, allocated whiskey that people have to search for. These are just banging bottles you can find on the shelves. It might not be C923. It might be something else.
Yeah.
But they're still just great bottles for under $80. You know what I mean?
They could even be the 24s out right now.
No, that's what I'm saying.
There's like 4 or 5 24s deep. And they may mix them. So if you particularly heard us like one or the other, go through the line because if they're 7 deep, they're not always going to be the first.
Because a lot of times they'll put the 25s in the back so they can get rid of the 24s, and that's where we're at. It is January. I'm looking for the 25s.
Yeah.
So hopefully they'll come out. I've seen other people review them. So, but Massachusetts, we are the last person to get it. So these always run long, anyways. But again. I will do this again with the Elasticity because we do have enough because I got a lot of bottles like this that are going to run out. So that's Sunday Funday. If you want to see a future Sunday Funday, leave a comment down below. I do write them all down, and I do try to get to them. But I did, in the beginning of the year, want to try to get the best of the last few years because we're going to run out of them. You know what I mean? So there it is. That being said, it's going to happen. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Spend less. Drink more. Cheers.